Right guys, welcome back to the channel. I've had a question come through on Instagram that I really want to answer. And this is probably going to touch on a few nerves, but if this hasn't affected you yet, this probably will. And if it doesn't ever affect you, you've lucked out. So here we go, ready? Hi mate, I'm wondering if you can help me. I've had 3 golf coaches inside the last 5 months, all telling me different bits. I then look online and see 2 or 3 different instructional pieces talking about the same topic, but all in different methods. I have literally no idea what I'm doing. I used to be a 4 handicapper, work my way down to 2. Now I'm more likely to shoot 9, 10 or 11 over, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Can you please help? Should I be looking for more instructional content, or should I be trying to do this by myself? Yeah. I'm not ready for that one. No, I'm joking. I will answer that one. Right. Well, look, you're absolutely right. There are, and this is adding to it, this is another channel of golf instruction. But what I would say to you is, you know what, there's nothing I can say to make your life a little bit easier. You are clearly going through a bit of an issue. Hands up if you've been there. Me, I've been there, definitely been there. So the first thing you've got to do is figure out what you want from the game. Are you trying to make it? Are you trying to just get a little bit better? If you're just trying to get that little bit better, just spend 5 minutes by yourself in a dark room if you have to, with a pen and paper. Probably won't need the dark room, put a light on, with a coffee, whatever it is, and just start mapping your rounds of golf. Go to your last 5, 10 rounds of golf and see where you start dropping shots. If it is a constant bad shot, then all of a sudden you now know what you need to fix. If it is 3 or 4 different bad shot patterns, so you're missing it right and left, and you're curving it to the left and then curving it to the right, then yeah, that is the time to absolutely, if you can't figure it out, go and source instruction. If you're going to do it on, say, a YouTube channel, try and find the bits that are relevant to you. So you don't need to look at stuff that is about cross the line or your alignments and stuff. Start looking for answers surrounding the one particular thing that you found in your game that is wrong for you. If you are then unable to do that and isolate those certain topics, then that's the time to go and source a golf coach. That's the time to go and find a golf coach that aligns with you. Now you say you've had 3 golf coaches in the last so many months. So that tells me something, that you're either not getting on with them personally, which is a massive thing. You've got to get on with them personally. And if you don't get on with them personally, you've got to trust what they're saying. So the fact that you've gone from one to the next sort of tells me that you're either not getting the answers you need, or they're not giving the message clearly, or you're looking for backup and sort of confirmation of it. Either way, stick to one piece of advice, whatever it is. It could be this channel, it could be somebody else's channel, it could be your pro down the road, or it could be online through a Skillist app, or whatever service you choose. But give that one person a chance, because when you make changes, first bit of advice, stick to the changes and then measure those changes over a period of time, a month, 3 months. At some point you'll come to a point where you go, is this working, is it not? And then you can go back to your stats and say, is it working or not? Does that make sense? For me, it just sounds like you're incredibly confused. I would say the first thing you've got to do is drop all the technical talk. Go and drop it, right? Drop it, bin it, go and play 5 rounds of golf and practice not thinking. Practice clearing that mind out, the bit that tells you you're rubbish and all the rest of it. Practice that first. Once you've done that, then you can pop in one drill, 1 or 2 drills that align with your miss. But if you're still not sure of what your miss is, then I would give you 1 drill. Personally, I'd give somebody 1 drill that maybe encompasses the entire golf swing. And then you as a player can start to figure out what bits maybe feel different to you and what bits maybe you would like to work on. Therefore, you're taking ownership and not worrying about what somebody else says. So if I was going to give somebody a singular drill based upon, oh, this is going to fix all elements of golf, which it won't, this is the drill, okay? I would get everybody to set up fairly nicely at address. So I'd say, right, set yourself up. If you're going to use an iron, probably use an iron if you're that confused. Set yourself up, right, feel comfortable, get yourself in a comfortable position. Then take your right hand off, pick up the golf club and put it horizontal and get the fingers to run in the shaft. So I'm actually now holding the shaft. Now from there, just make a big turn up to the top of the backswing and keep your arms fairly straight. Now all of a sudden you're going to start and realise what you're doing in order to get a big turn. Naturally at the top of the backswing there I've got a wide arc, my right leg is sort of extended, straightened, and I've got a big turn. Now that feels like a wide backswing immediately to me. So if I was to go to the range and I don't feel like I've got any issues, I'd go, well, actually, do you know what? That drill is reminding me I need a little more width at the top of the backswing. That's for me. Now on the way down, we know that we've got to use the ground. So let's get a little bit lower into the ground and a little bit more towards the target. Hands and arms drop naturally. If we stop when the shaft is parallel to the ground, I've got nice ground force, my body feels like it's lowered. And from there, we know we've got to finish the golf swing. So let's now push up and turn. Okay, so I'll do that again. So big turn, lower, push out. So all of a sudden now I'm going turn, pressure down, push up. Well, again, I don't feel like I've got issues, but I definitely feel like I'm pushing more down and up there than I probably normally do. So if I was to go to the range, I'm now going to go wider, a bit more pressure down, a bit more pressure up. When you use a drill like this, you will find your own feels that align a little more for you. I think you've got to start and take a little more ownership on your game and maybe figure out a way to help yourself. Because if you're on the golf course and you're playing well through 10 or 11 holes, and then it starts going all sort of peaked hong on the back nine, then you need a way to get around the golf course without having to call your golf coach. The best golf coaching I see, and this is what I strive to do and what the better pros in the game try and get their professionals to do, they try and get their players to look after their own game, give them the knowledge of, hey, this is what's going on, and then every now and again they have a check-up with the pro. Don't be scared to try and take control of your own game. So from this position, again, split hand drill. Set yourself up, take the golf club into the parallel position, split hands, big turn. Now, you might naturally go slightly across the line, or you might naturally go a little more laid off. This is where you're going to start and find out what you do naturally. So, 1, 2, get it back on plane, push up and out. Very simple move. Up to the top, get it back on plane. Now, this part of the element, that's massive. That's going to do a lot of things that you don't even know existed in the golf swing, but it's really going to help you. Check out Rory.
It's actually not a bad drill for.
That's a good drill. Good drill.
Remember, that's what I started doing in 19 when I was getting a little that way.
Good. Yeah.
Some players, and then remember I started doing it at Austin.
For me, the transition is probably the most important part of the golf swing. It sets up delivery. If your delivery's wrong, then you're never going to be able to find it. And if you're struggling on rights and lefts, then there's probably something funky going on in delivery. Yes, that might be because of something that preceded it, but if you can sort delivery, you're sorted. Right, to make that drill a little bit more, I guess, user-friendly and natural, at the end of the day, the golf swing is not positions, it is a flow. But you're going to use these positions to understand what's wrong with your game. But in order to make it a bit more flow-like and help that follow-through position, this is what I want you to do. Hang on. Yep, coffee. Once you're up to the top of the backswing and you feel like you're loading on the way down, you'll notice that my right and left hand aren't touching. But as I push up and out, I want my right hand now to slide up the shaft and touch the left. Now that is going to allow me to start and release the golf club and actually start and get through the shot. That's what I want you to do. Okay, I want you to do that drill and start becoming a little more flowy with it. Try and make it a little bit more natural and make it yours. So if I did that at pace, oh, wow, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely missing the gym. But I've just put 5 golf swings in there where I try to hit all those positions, try to let my hand slide up the shaft, and all of a sudden I start to map my own golf swing. In fact, I started to map my own golf swing at speed and tired me out. So I've hit all the positions, I've turned in my backswing, I've loaded the shaft on the way down, and I've pushed up and out. I've allowed the golf club to release. So I've sort of covered all the basics. So if I've covered all the basics, then I'm sort of taking care of the golf swing. If you're still missing it left, right, hitting the fats, then there are elements in that practice method that are going to help you identify certain things. And you can play around with it. Rather than looking at certain parts of the golf swing and thinking, well, yeah, if I get my right hand a little more here or there at the top of the backswing, that's going to fix me. Likely it probably won't. If I feel a little more this way rather than this way, I'm going to be definitely, oh, this is 82 and I'm going to shoot 66 this way. Yeah, okay, you might shoot better scores doing one of those, but the reality is you probably won't. The golf swing is a motion, and the first thing you've got to do is understand your motion. So put that sequence drill in play, start to understand how a golf swing should feel. Big turn top of the backswing. Hands down in front of you, pressure into the ground, and push up and out. It's job done, really. As an additional tip, I would definitely reach out to other pros. It sounds like you're not convinced, ready, or even bought into the instruction that you've been given. So reach out to a few pros that you like. It could be on Instagram, it could be on YouTube, it could be a local pro. Just say, look, hey mate, if you've got 5 minutes, I really would like a bit of advice. If you like the advice that they're giving you, maybe that's the way you go down, rather than going for big instructional lessons, putting in 6 months and finding out it wasn't for you. I think you've got to buy into it before you start. Hope that helps.